As the midnight hour approached, my friends and I found ourselves standing before an ancient and forgotten library that had materialized seemingly out of nowhere. The town, once buzzing with the ordinary humdrum of daily life, now echoed with an unsettling silence. The library's facade stood tall, its windows shrouded in a veil of mist that seemed to cling to the building like the whispers of unseen spirits. Drawn by an inexplicable force, we cautiously pushed open the creaking door. The air inside was heavy with the musty scent of old books, and the dim light revealed rows upon rows of dusty shelves that stretched far into the shadows. The silence was broken only by the soft shuffle of our footsteps as we ventured further into the spectral sanctuary. As we explored the labyrinthine aisles, a peculiar sensation settled over us, a feeling that we were not alone. The weight of unseen eyes bore down on us, and the air seemed charged with an energy that transcended the mundane. It was then that we stumbled upon a section unlike any other, a collection of books bound in ancient leather, their spines etched with symbols that seemed to pulsate with an otherworldly glow. Unable to resist the allure of the mysterious tomes, we each selected a book and began to leaf through its yellowed pages. The moment our eyes met the first words, a chill ran down our spines. The stories within were not mere tales. They were the captured souls of the departed, imprisoned in the ink and paper. The library, it seemed, was a repository for the spirit's lingering memories and experiences. As the words danced before my eyes, I felt an ethereal connection with the stories of those who had come before. Whispers echoed through the chamber as the spirits sought solace in the living. The tales were haunting and poignant, revealing the joys and sorrows of lives long extinguished. I could sense the weight of their unresolved emotions, and with each passing page, the boundary between the living and the spectral blurred. My friends and I exchanged uneasy glances, realizing that we had unwittingly opened a conduit to the afterlife. The spirits, once trapped in the silence of the library, now yearned to be heard. They manifested as shadows that flitted between the shelves, their murmurs growing louder with each passing moment. Compelled by a sense of responsibility, we decided to delve deeper into the Spectral Library's secrets. We soon discovered that each book held a unique connection to the spirit it imprisoned. The more we read, the more entwined our fates became with those of the departed. It was as if their stories had become threads woven into the fabric of our own existence. As the night wore on, the boundary between the physical and metaphysical worlds continued to erode. The Spectral Library transformed before our eyes, its architecture shifting into surreal shapes and forms. Ghostly apparitions materialized in the aisles, their faces contorted in expressions of longing and despair. The once familiar shelves now seemed to stretch into infinity, creating a labyrinth that mirrored the complexity of the spirits' intertwining stories. With each step, we experienced the memories of the departed as if they were our own. We laughed with the spirits during moments of joy and wept with them in times of sorrow. The boundaries of time and space became fluid, and we found ourselves reliving moments from the past, present, and future. Yet, with this newfound connection came a growing sense of unease. The spirits, desperate to share their stories, began to exert their influence on our reality. Objects levitated, shadows danced with a life of their own, and the temperature in the library fluctuated unpredictably. The very fabric of our world seemed to warp under the weight of the unresolved emotions that permeated the air. As the clock struck the darkest hour of the night, we realized that we had become conduits for the spirit's release. The boundary between the living and the spectral had become a thin veil, and the time had come for us to make a choice, to either free the souls trapped in the Spectral Library or become entangled in their eternal limbo. Guided by an ethereal force, we gathered in the center of the library, surrounded by the swirling mists of the otherworldly realm. With each word we spoke, the spirits' tales merged into a collective symphony, a chorus of voices seeking redemption. The room vibrated with energy as the Spectral Library itself seemed to pulse with life. In a blinding flash, the library dissolved into a cascade of shimmering light. We found ourselves standing in an otherworldly landscape, surrounded by the spirits we had liberated. Their faces, once tormented, now radiated with a serene glow. They thanked us with eyes that held the wisdom of centuries and slowly ascended into the ethereal expanse, leaving us standing in the silence of the spectral aftermath. As the first light of dawn crept through the horizon, we emerged from the Spectral Library, forever changed by the experience. The once forgotten building faded back into the fabric of the town, leaving no trace of its mysterious existence. The stories of the departed lingered in our hearts, a reminder that the boundaries between the living and the spectral were, at times, meant to be traversed. Haunted by the echoes of the Spectral Library, we carried the weight of its stories with us into the waking world. The memories of that fateful night remained etched in our minds, a testament to the thin veil that separates the realms of the living and the departed. The library may have vanished, but its tales endured, whispered through the ages by the spirits who found solace in the pages of the spectral repository.